viewers, this is Jospec Network TV, a home of accurate news and current news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a big thank you to every one of you, and if you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. Buhari told Nigerian border closure was to stop rice smuggling, but in London tells the Ghanaian president it's due to influx of arms. President Muhammadu Buhari has continued to defend the closure of the nation's borders, as he has done so again, this time explaining his decision to the Ghanaian president during the summit in London. Newswire Nigeria recalls that the government's official statement and position was that Nigeria has partially closed its western border with Benin to curb rice smuggling that is strengthening the country's attempt to boost local production, the government said on Wednesday. The government wants Nigeria to be self-sufficient in rice and has imposed import control, but these have kept prices high and led to smuggling from Benin into Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari has introduced policies since taking office in 2015 that are aimed at curbing imports to boost local production and conserve foreign exchange reserves. But in London, Buhari said the partial closure of the borders was not caused solely because food products, partially rice, were being smuggled into Nigeria, but also because arms and ammunition as well as hard drugs were being ferried into the country. Channels Television reports that the president said this on Monday at a bilateral meeting in London on the sidelines of the UK African Investment Summit 2020 with President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana. He said he could not keep his eyes open and watch youth being destroyed through cheap hard drugs and compromised security caused by unbridled influx of small arms. But this is the first time the conversation around arms smuggling is being talked about by the Nigerian government for reasons over the border closure, where most of the vehicles carrying rice and other food products through our land borders are intercepted. You find cheap hard drugs and small arms under the food products. This has terrible consequences for any country, President Buhari said. He said it was regrettable that the partial border closure was having negative economic impact on our neighbors, but added that we cannot leave our country, particularly the youth, endangered. Speaking further, the president said the Sahel region was awash with small arms, which account for severe security challenges in Mali, Chad, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Nigeria. We are in fact the biggest victims, he lamented. On the time frame for reopening the borders, President Buhari said it would not happen till the final report of a committee set up on the matters was submitted and considered. We will get things sorted out. Our farmers, especially those who grow rice, now have a market and are happy, and we are also concerned about hard drugs and weapons. Once the committee comes up with its recommendation, we will sit and consider them, the president said. The president Akufo-Addo, while showing understanding of the need for Nigeria to protect our citizens, pleaded for an unexpedited process because the Nigerian market is significant for certain categories of businesses, people in Ghana. Wow, so my people, what do you think about this? I don't believe what this man said because it's just a big cheating. Now he's talking about the border closure, you can imagine. How about the border closure in the north? What is going on? He said he closed the border closure, that he is not ready to open it now until all the smuggling and all those things stopped. For him to say he's going to open it. And now in London, Buhari said that the partial closure of the borders was not caused solely because food production, particularly rice, were being smuggled into Nigeria. Wow. I don't really believe what is actually going on right now, because this Nigerian government, it is only the leaders that knows their aim. It is only the leaders that knows their mission. You said you closed the border, and now you said it's a good thing that Nigeria is producing their rice. And then Nigerian citizens are complaining, saying that the rice is very expensive. And not only that, the Nigerian citizens are saying that The rice that you guys are producing in Nigeria is full of stone. So what is the essence? What is the essence? And now you went to London and you are saying different things entirely. You know, and somebody said that you are a big liar. The world actually knows that security is part of border closures. You can only deceive yourself with half-truth reports. Border closure is working and it will continue working. If you are not certified, pack your load and family and check out. You know, the issue of rice is not the major concern in border closure. What we are supposed to concern as a nation is just the security of Nigerian citizens. That should be the major priority, not the rice issue, not the issue of rice at all. But this man is not talking about security. He's not talking about security. He is just being particular about the smuggling of rice and all that. Is that what we need? We are saying that Nigerians should be better off. We are talking about Nigerians should be better off in terms of employment, in terms of security issue. That is what we are fighting for right now. That is what we are talking about. And now, few months ago, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari signed a visa-free entry for Africans. So how is it possible for our countries to be secured when anybody can just come into our country? When anyhow people, the Fulanis from outsiders can just come in. Africans, other Africans can come in free of charge into our country. So how is this country going to be safe? How are we secured? It shows that we are not secured at all. We are not secured. And now our president will be traveling here and there, saying he's going for a summit, saying he's going for this and that. Is that what we need? Must you go out before our government before solution can be done to Nigerian citizens? It's just a shame on our government right now. It's a big shame. So guys, what do you think about this news? What is your own take about Buhari saying rice and smuggling in London? What is your own take? Kindly drop your comments at the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a big thank you to you all. God bless you for subscribing, and we really appreciate your comments. We say thank you so much. And if you're here to do so, kindly drop it, kindly press the subscription button below. God bless you once again.